gotta say, I am fantastic, la la la, I am fantastic.
Turn off the radio.
Good morning, everyone. I've got a motivational speaker with me, and I love when the people say the things that I say, but it comes out of their lips. So what were you saying there?
What I was saying is that when we're talking about thinking positively, I think it's very important not to convince yourself that you're positive when you're feeling other things. I think it's important to have a space of compassion and non-judgment for whatever it is you're feeling. And within that space, I think that healing can come when you give what you're actually feeling authentically a space to just be without judging it as good or bad. Just let it be and try to hold yourself like we hold a child, with arms around whatever we're going through, whatever we're feeling. And then on its own, of itself, I think the emotions can find a space of understanding and love and compassion. And then we can find peace within ourselves.
Well, you know, as we know, it's all in the head. If you think you're beautiful and happy, you are. If you think you're ugly and unhappy, you'll be that. You know, Rene Descartes said, "I think, therefore I am." A lot of people poo-poo that, but I'm truly, see, I have only my opinions, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they're tried and true, but they don't, not everyone's going to agree. No, not everyone agreed with Freud, you know, so
right.
There's a lot of disagreement out there. But I believe that getting the past is baggage. And, you know, people have been raped, they've been beat, they've been all types of different things. Let it go. Let it, try to forget it. See, I've forgotten a lot of bad things that I have in my life. I was orphaned at 11. I had the worst childhood you could ever imagine, but it made me who I am. So I don't carry that baggage with me.
Right.
It's gone.
Right. Well, what I believe is that if that happens for you, I think that's great. But some people cannot let it go. And I think that if you're finding it difficult to let something go, maybe you need to let it just be. And you can still hold it like you carry a backpack and still move forward in your life. But hold it. That happened to you. You have a right to feel that way. If you have some pain, there's a reason you have the pain. And instead of telling yourself, I shouldn't be feeling this, no, you should be feeling it. But with that pain, you can still find a sense of okayness in hindsight about what has happened and move forward despite what happened. And I believe that I don't think we do forgiveness. I don't think you forgive. I think forgiveness happens to us. It's a state of happening to us, a state of being, when we find a sense of okayness of what has happened and who we are and how our life is unfolding. I think it unfolds itself when we let the process be and not judge it and not try to make it go away. It did happen.
Right. Okay, well,
Does that make sense?
It makes sense. And, you know, there's no one solution for everyone, obviously.
And some people are more petty and some people are more emotionally based. And so for the people who try to be in their head but just can't get rid of certain feelings, I think that it's important to feel them. But like I said, feel them, but try to use your intellect and use your understanding to hold your own feelings, to hold your own, you know, it's people call it the inner child work. To let your inner child have a sense of acceptance and compassion for what has happened to you.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Well, it makes sense. I mean, I don't totally agree with it, but
yeah.
That's okay. I want everyone to. I have a section on my app. It's called Ask Dr. Fantastic Anything,
right.
And I get asked from the aliens to relationships to business, right? And I feel I have a very logical answer because
Absolutely.
I work on common sense.
Right.
And there's a lot of knowledge out there, and things are changing. We're getting smarter as a species, and we're understanding emotions. We're understanding physiological things. We're understanding our bodies and the planet and the universe more every day.
That's right.
And I'm open to learning every day, and I do try to learn from everyone I meet, and as I'm learning from you.
And again, you know, different people have different dispositions.
And like the fantastic thing, you don't say you're fantastic at a funeral, obviously, but you come into contact with so many total strangers every day. If you just tell that total stranger that you're fantastic, it made them have a better day.
Well, and you can also, it's also being being interested. You go right. It's also being interested. It's being interested in the process. Life is messy. Life is not black and white.
Right.
And our ability to feel grief is because we love. Because if you lost somebody, because you loved them.
Right.
So it's so
When I tell people, when you lose someone, you need to grieve. There's no question about that.
Grieve, right.
But you've got to celebrate the life that was there.
You can have all of it. You can celebrate the life at the same time that you're sad about them not being there anymore.
Right.
So I think what I'm saying probably in the end is the same thing as what you're saying. Go straight. It's having the ability to hold it all. Sometimes when I think about God, the ability to hold present, everything, doesn't just hold present the good things, but the bad things that are happening at the same time.
But you think that if you get hypnotized, I believe in hypnotism too as well, and you be hypnotized to, okay, I lost a couple minutes with this beautiful young lady, but go ahead, say about the losing the memory.
I don't know. I mean, there was a movie, what is it, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless, with Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet, about they were able to delete a painful memory from people, but then what happened is, and I don't remember the movie, it was something like a part of the brain can go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think that it happened. We want to move on from painful things. You want to be able to not re-experience the pain every time you think of a certain event.
Right.
I mean,
my little dog passed away recently.
I was just going to say, my horse passed away, and I'm still will be forever in pain
right.
over if he went through pain before he died.
But do you try to think of the great times you had with the horse?
Well,
right?
I always do.
That's what you have to do.
Of course.
It's positive thoughts
Course.
manifest positive action. Negative thinking manifests negative action.
I assume that one goes with the other. I assume that the pain is because you loved them so much that it causes pain.
Okay.
Because of the depth of the love.
Right.
One is not without the other,
right.
in my experience.
Right.
The pain is because of the love.
Okay.
Now let's say we're talking about
like they say, love and hate,
robbery, or we're talking about something else. It's just full betrayal or full hate.
Right.
Of course, we don't want to have to re-experience the actual trauma of it.
Right.
But I think that there's a lot of things that can be done to help with the PTSD and the trauma that, in my opinion, is not deleting it from your brain, but actually trying to help the cells of your body to recalibrate to that it's not happening in this present moment. I think maybe a part of us is re-experiencing it as if it's still happening. So I don't know if for me it's about deleting it, but it's about not re-experiencing the trauma of it whenever you think of it.
Right.
If that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
So I think I just come from, the cells of our body hold everything that's ever happened to us
Correct.
in our lives.
Every second.
And so I think...
And we have total recall of that.
And we have
most people don't know how to bring it out
back.
back.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's in our subconscious. So for me, the brain is so powerful, but they have said that 80% of our thoughts that go out there are in the subconscious. So a lot of it is our intellect and using our intellect, but a lot of it also is tuning into the deeper level of what could be in our subconscious. And what's in the subconscious, the access to it are the feelings.
Oh, okay.
The memories and the feelings are the access to the subconscious.
Yeah, it's all electrical synapses.
That's right. So it's actually honoring that our feelings, that if we're angry, if we're sad, there's a reason.
Right.
There's a reason that our intellect needs to pay attention to those reasons to learn from it.
But I think focusing...
rather than making them go away.
But I think focusing on the positive...
Completely.
And a lot of people focus on the negative.
Well, absolutely. And if you're only focusing on the negative, absolutely. You need to actually look. It needs to be a process. And if you're stuck, that's not good. Absolutely. You're right. You're right. There's nothing that goes against what I'm saying. I think it's just
and the smiling.
Part of
so the word fantastic, the beauty of that, and it's an energy, not just a word, is the smile. And that smile, if you don't smile enough, it's been proven to lead to clinical depression. Right. Someone who's clinically depressed is going to be in a hospital, and they're not going to be smiling, and it's going to continue the cycle.
Right.
It's really, really dangerous not to smile.
That's right.
And like we talked about earlier, grounding yourself every day.
There was a
like
meditation that I did many, many years ago. It was some book that I read about smiling into your organs. And the meditation was actually picturing the organs smiling and bringing the energy of the smile inside your body.
I always talk about positive thoughts, but then I recently learned about positive emotions.
Right.
being positive about your emotions, which is important as well.
Right. Again, and my belief is, for me, being positive about your emotions is using your intellect to hold your emotions like we hold a child. Let's say a child that's been hurt and is crying. Instead of yelling at the child, you're going to hold the child until the child, decides on its own when it's going to stop crying.
I like your thinking.
So you hold your emotions and you say, I'm here for you, and I'm not going to judge you. Something happened to you. You have a right to feel the way you feel, and of their own, they're going to stop crying.
To thank you for your giving today and your time, I have a Christmas present for you.
Okay.
Tell me what you think of this. Tell me what you think of this.
Oh, you're very. I love it.
Isn't that fantastic?
And with that said, because he just gave me a little pin with a bee, everybody be good to the bees.
And the bee,
we need the bees.
The bee in the logo.
I love it.
The bee in the logo represents pollinating positivity, and the movement is cultivating civility.
Cultivating civility.
We need to do both those.
That's right.
To make the world a better place.
Make the world a better place, and
yourself as a better place, a better person.
And don't use pesticides, and everybody.
Oh, by the way, go see Dark Waters immediately.
Dark Waters. Right?
Okay, you must see that film. That movie affects everyone on the planet.
Right.
Because of DuPont, what they did with Teflon.
Right.
It's horrendous.
But if everybody can not use pesticides, especially outside in your home, it's killing our bees. Eat organic.
Well, you know what's also killing the bees?
As much as you can.
Yeah, you know what's also killing the bees? Cell phones. They can't find their way home because of the EMF.
Radiation. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have a lot of work to do.
We do.
A lot of work to do.
Stay in touch with me.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Download my app. Here it is. Look at it.
Yeah.
Be fantastic.
Be fantastic.
It's on that pin I just gave you.
Okay, great.
And have a fantastic holiday season.
Thank you very
and maybe
much.
we'll do a podcast together one day.
Okay, but that'd be great.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
If you can stop that.
No.
If you ever want to contact me, you want my information?
You want to give that to everybody as well, or no? For your own personal growth?
Sure.
If people want to contact you?
Sure.
Because you're a helper,
Okay,
you're a
okay.
giver, you're a
Okay.
teacher, you're a ballet teacher.
Are we on?
Yeah, we're on.
Oh, okay.
Throw it out there.
Yes. You can contact me. I have a website, zipporacars.com. It's Z as in zebra, IPPORAKARZ.com. And I wrote a book called The Sugarless Plum because I have type 1 diabetes and I was a soloist with the New York City Ballet.
Fantastic.
So, there you have it. So
Everybody,
thank
be
you.
fantastic. Watch, like, and subscribe.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Gotta say, I am fantastic. La la la. I am fantastic.
Overpopulated cities around the world have caused people to become a greedy, selfish, and litigious society. Would you like to be happier, live longer, never be forgotten, and help make the world a kinder, more civil place? It's actually easier than you think. Every day you're asked, how are you? Instead of saying good, say I am fantastic. It will make you look better, feel great, and reduce your stress. Making the world a better place starts with each person. Please join the Be Fantastic movement today. What you want to be, you can be. Be fantastic.